Good morning, students. Your teacher here, Mr. Sarasinski, with another episode of Algebra 1, Lesson 2.3, No Solution and Infinite Solutions. And I wanted to start out today's lesson, because this is a shorter lesson, with the question, what is a solution? And maybe you take a second to go Google this. What is the solution to an equation? What does it mean? Okay. You can pause your video and go look. The solution to an equation is what makes an equation true. Okay, so when we plug in a value, let's say we have the equation x equals 2. This is an equation because it has an equal sign. The only value, the only solution to this equation is 2. Because when I substitute 2 in for x, 2 equals 2. And this is a true statement. So solutions are what makes an equation true. Okay. So let's go ahead and start to solve the no solution example and see what happens. First, we have to distribute negative 8x minus 4 equals negative 8x minus 2. Now we have variables on both sides. I'm going to go ahead and move this 4 over. So I'm going to add 4. Negative 8x equals negative 8x plus 2. And then I'm going to take the negative 8x on the right side and move it over. So I'm going to add 8x. And on the left side, my variable term cancels out. And what I'm left with is a false statement. 0 does not equal 2. That is false. If you're solving an equation and the variables cancel out, and what you're left with is a false statement, then there is no solution. No solution. So let's contrast that and compare that with infinite solutions. Let's go ahead and solve this one. We got 3 minus 9x minus 8 equals negative 5 minus 9x. Okay. Let's go ahead and combine like terms. 3 and negative 8. That would be negative 5. Negative 9x equals negative 5 minus 9x. Now, I'm going to stop. As I'm solving this, I notice that I have the same thing on both sides. Okay, let's see what happens when I keep going. Add 5. Cancels out. Negative 9x equals negative 9x. And if I were to keep solving this, I could add 9x to both sides, and I would be left with 0 equals 0. And 0 equals 0, or negative 9x equals negative 9x. These are both true statements. Okay? 0 does equal 0, yes. Negative 9x equals negative 9x, yes, that's true. If you're solving an equation and you get left with nothing but 0 equals 0, or negative 9x equals negative 9x, if you get left with the same thing on both sides, which means if you continue to solve, it's going to be 0 equals 0, then this is infinite solutions. Okay, so the notation for infinite solutions is a sideways 8. Let me do that again. It's not a very good one. Okay. Whoops. Okay. So a sideways 8. I don't know what's going on here. There we go. All right, a sideways 8 is the infinite solutions. And for no solution, we're going to put a circle with a line through it. All right, number 1. Let's get started here. 3 needs to be distributed. 6x plus 6 minus 3x equals 6 plus 3x. Let's combine like terms. 6x minus 3x is 3x plus 6 equals 6 plus 3x. Now I'm going to stop right here. I can tell that on the left side and the right side, I have the same exact thing. This looks very familiar to my infinite solution example. If I continue to solve this, subtract 6, those cancel, 3x equals 3x. You can see that what I'm left with is the same thing on each side, and this is a true statement. So this is infinite solutions. Number 2, distribute 12x minus 36 equals 14x minus 28. Subtract 12x from both sides. Negative 36 equals 2x minus 28. Add 28 to both, 36, not 3x. Okay. Add 28 to both sides. And we get negative 8 equals 2x, and x equals negative 4. Okay. Number 3. Distribute 40x minus 24 equals negative 18x minus 24. And I'm going to pause for a second, and I want you to notice how the constant term, you remember when we were talking about parts of an equation and an expression? The constant term is the same, and the variable terms are different. Okay, so that's an interesting observation. If we continue to solve this, okay, add 24 to both sides. Those cancel out on both sides. Negative 18x equals 40x. Okay. Does 40x equal negative 18x? No, this is a false statement. Okay? No matter what I do, I'm not going to be able to solve this. This is false. So, actually, I stand corrected. I can continue to solve this. Sorry, don't mean to confuse you. I had to double check my work. I'm going to keep solving this. Add 18x to both sides. I get 58x equals 0. And I can divide by 58. And x equals 0. All right. Number 4, distribute. I'm going to go ahead and bring everything down. 7x plus 14 minus 4x, ran out of room, plus 28. All right, so I can combine like terms. That's 7x minus 4x. And go ahead and create some room here. And 14 plus 28. So rewrite the equation. 3x minus 13 equals 3x plus 28, and 14 is 42. Okay, let's continue to solve. Let's go ahead and move 13 over. 3x equals 3x plus 55. Now we'll subtract 3x from both sides. And what happens is our variables cancel out. This is the key, okay? This is what I was missing in the last example. If your variables cancel out and you're left with a true statement like this, in which case there would be 0 equals 0 if I kept solving, then it's infinite solutions. If your variables cancel out, like they do here, and you're left with a false statement, 0 equals 55, that is false, then there is no solution. I'm going to say it again. If you're solving an equation and the variables cancel out, and what you're left with is a true statement, then it's infinite solutions. If you're solving an equation and the variables cancel out, and what you're left with is a false statement, it's no solutions. Okay. There's your homework assignment. This is the way. Till next time.